about pigeon peas?
I like these.
How to like them?
Okay. Well, so these pigeon peas, they can be grown out in your chicken yard, on the side of your chicken yard, maybe in your chicken yard once they're established, and then let them go in there. They are a pea that is high in protein. It's got a really big nutritional profile that you'll see on the last 2 pages. I'm not going to go into it.
Does it have to be planted around chickens?
Nope, it does not.
Okay.
It really does well in the South. It's heat tolerant, high protein. And so not only Goya sells these beans, and for a pack of dried beans, they're like $7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for a dried bean. Now you can get them in a can. We tasted them without salt, without ham and all that stuff, and it tastes like a black eyed pea.
Oh, really?
And
I
so,
feel a little milder, but
yeah, a little model, like so slightly like a black eyed pea. One more. Okay.
About how long does it take to get the full-grown pigeons out?
All right. Oh. I thought he was going to say, like, oh, I fell for that one, right? Walked right into it. Scrape that pigeon.
You waddled
off
into
my
it.
foot. And so this is kind of what the beans look like when they're dry. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at them. They're drought tolerant. So sometimes we have rain, sometimes we don't. So perfect. They do like their soil to drain though. And so this is why they're so good for the area that we live in. They can take the high heat as well. Perfect for Louisiana. They grow these a lot in Florida as well as further south. They have them in Mexico as well.
Well, what about Nebraska?
Probably, I don't know. That's a good question.
maybe in the middle
We
of
have-
summer.
Yeah, maybe so. This is another great thing. The soil, it's not picky. So you can, you don't have to worry about how fertile is your soil, fertilize it, take care of it, just kind of throw it out there. You know, of course, you got to bury it a little bit. We'll go into that in just a second. But it's just one of those things that just grows really easy. Now, in the beginning, it does like to be watered, but once it's fixed, so it likes well-drained soil. It's not picky, and it also actually will add nitrogen to your soil. So it actually will make your soil better than it was before if you're having a problem with nitrogen. So when to plant it? You plant it now.
So it's like a
Plant
little
it-
tree.
Huh?
Oh,
It can grow. So
You
there's
don't have to climb, the. Okay.
yeah, you don't have to climb up real high, and you can see this is the tree. You can see the dry pods right here. And if they can make it through a frost, then you can keep them growing even into a tree. And they may just get damaged but keep going. But a lot of times in the wintertime, the freeze will get them and they'll die. And you just start over. They're very quick growing.
If it lasts through the winter, will it reproduce again?
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and even if it doesn't, the peas are they're easy to get. Yeah, I'll show you when we get there, and they're easy to save for next spring. So you don't have to go out and buy a $7 bag. Was it $7 or $9?
$7.
$7 bag of Goya dried beans, huh?
Where are they native to?
Tropical line.
Yeah, mostly Mexico, but yeah, I think they have them in Asia. I forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't include it because I was kind of staying in our region. So you do want to, so when you plant them, like I said, just throw them out there. Well, no, not exactly. Throw them out there, but make sure they go 1 to 2 inches into the dirt somehow. You know, dig a little hole, put them in there. And their soil temperature is at least 65, so now is the time to plant them after the last frost. Okay, so these are the growth stages. It's 0 to 3 weeks for the seedlings to pop up. Vegetative growth, lots of leafy growth is 1 to 3 months. Flowering plants, sometimes they're yellow, solid yellow, sometimes they're solid red, sometimes they're a mix like that. But maturity depends on the variety, 4 to 6 months. And they're small, they can grow into small trees if they grow long enough. And okay, so early on, they do need water, but after that, once they're established, they can go without water for a period of time, which is perfect because sometimes we don't get rain for periods of time. And so to me, this is like one of the plants that I want to grow. Low maintenance. If I forget about it, I'm not worried about killing it. So
Sounds like something we could actually grow.
yeah. And you can either eat it or save it for storage or feed it to your chickens, or just make your soil better.
Cats. Feed it to your cats.
I don't think they're good.
If I'm lucky. I know the baby mice, she's stupid.
Okay, these are their common pests, but as Eddie will tell you, and also this right here, if you have healthy soil, a lot of times pests will leave them alone. Pests don't like healthy, most pests, not all, but most of them will not touch a healthy plant. Or you can just use neem oil. So, when it comes to harvesting, there's two ways. And if I'm going through this, but this is much more detailed than what I'm doing here. You can take it home and read it. So there's two stages of harvesting. You can harvest them when they're green or when they're dried, and they turn brown like that. So let's look at the green stage first. If you harvest them when they're green, they're going to look like that on the tree. They're going to be green, still full of liquid, they're not dehydrated. And what you would do is you're going to shell them just like you would
Crab peas or whatever.
Yeah, you're just gonna open them up, take the seeds out, and you can use them for rice dishes, stews, slightly fresher, then they're slightly sweeter. So the fresher they are, the sweeter they are. So that's one way you can harvest them. The other way you can harvest them is you have to leave them on the tree and let them dry out on the tree. And they get really dry, and this shell, you can tell this is not even dried out all the way. It'll get like a, you know, a dead leaf will
Brittle?
crunch, yeah, brittle, and it'll get like that. And literally, you could, what I would do to harvest them really quickly is I would make a sieve with the little holes, like maybe out of some kind of wire that is about the size of the sieve. I would just do that because literally you touch them and the seeds, it just falls apart.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's what I like, easy, low maintenance. And so you want to leave them on the tree till they're brown and dry, and then you pick the pods, shell the peas, and dry fully before storage. And you can do long-term storage with it. Okay, one plant can yield a lot of peas over time. Harvest periods can last from weeks to months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and dried peas store for years if kept dry. So it's got a lot of good things. And the bonus is it improves your soil because it's nitrogen fixing. It'll have deep roots that'll break up your soil to let the oxygen and air in there, and it'll add organic matter to your soil. So it's got an overall benefit to animals, benefits to people, benefits for the ground.